Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we are going to explore how to write Python code in another page and reference it in your current page. And the reason you might want to do this is because if I got a lot of code, right, if I just keep coding along just like this is perfect code right here, it might become a little too much, right? It might become a little too hard to read and a little too hard to debug when everything's in one page. Um, or in one file rather. So what I might do is if I have a few functions that all deal with the same thing, I might store them in a different Python file and then refer to them back in my main script page, such as this. I named this one main page just so we can get a sense of what it does, and then we can do something else. So we have this main page, and right now I want to create another file. Let's just call it, second page. No, I don't want to add that to Git. And the second page is going to store some kind of function, and we are going to run it in our main page. I see that I can enlarge both the console down here and also the code. So I'm going to try to do that so you guys can hopefully see it a little better. So we can reference variables, we can reference functions, we can reference classes, what have you. But first, let's just create a variable on the second page .py, and let's call it name. And let's just set it equal to Joe. So Joe is the name. And let's say we want to reference that in our main page. We want to print that out. So the way we would do that is we would first import second page, and notice that we don't do .py. We just import and then the name of the file, not the .py, not the extension. So if we do that, we can go a couple lines down, and we can do print and then second page dot name. See how it's already IntelliSensed in here? It's pretty nice. So now if we go ahead and run this, it'll print out Joe. Something I like to do when I do this is I call it something else. So I can call it as sec. It's a little bit shorter to write, a little bit easier. If you do this, instead of writing second page dot name, now what we can do is sec dot name. So pretty much this is just an alias for second page. So now if we run it, see we get the same result. Pretty nice. Now let's say we have a function called print name. And let's go ahead and cut this and put it here. By the way, something cool about PyCharm, if you guys are using it, and in a lot of different IDEs, it's not really, something that you would expect. But if you have some code and you want to copy the whole thing, instead of just highlighting everything, you can just put your cursor on the line and hit Control X, and it'll do the whole thing for you without you having to highlight it. It's not too intuitive, but it is something you can do. You can also do that in Visual Studio, if you didn't know. I didn't know that until like a couple months ago. Made it a lot easier. So we have name equals Joe, and then we're going to print name. This doesn't like it. It has a typo. I don't really care. So we still have the import, and we don't have to do print anymore. We can just call that function. So we can do sec.printName, and it finishes it for us. If we hit that, we get the same thing. And just to show you, if we change this to Bob, bada boom. That's all you gotta do. So now you can go ahead and store multiple definitions. So if we have another one, print age, and then we set age equal to 90, and print age. We can have multiple definitions, and we can do print name and then sec.print age. So now if I run this, it'll do Bob, and then 90 it'll print out. Oops, I forgot to enlarge that. There you go. So there you have it. You can have multiple functions, you can have multiple variables, you can mix it with anything you want in any order. Um, so if we had another variable named, I don't know, email or something. So it would be bob@gmail.com. We can go ahead and print sec.email. And there you go. We have bob90 and bob@gmail.com. So that is how you store some code in a separate page, and then you refer to it in your main page. You don't have to do this alias. Like I said, that's just something I prefer because it's a little easier to type out as you go. But you can just keep it as second page and then reference it as second page.printName and second page.printAge. It's whatever you prefer. But that is how you type some code in a separate Python file and refer to it in your main one. The only thing you have to be aware of is that this file is in the same local area. The second page is in the same area as the main page. Like they're in the same directory in the file structure. So if we look here, they're both in this library root. So it can easily reference it. So that is how you do that. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something new. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time.